G'day, and welcome to ComicsMATE, your mates in comics from the land down under. I'm Dean James, and today we're going to be talking about how Disney Marvel are seemingly giving up on their feminist message amidst the massive failure of Phase 5. I guess that's what happens when you go out of your way to troll your own fanbase, falsely labeling them as ists and phobes. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we'll jump right into these articles I've collected. SheHulk star Tatiana Maslany doesn't think Season 2 is happening. Disney was like, no thanks. I think it's just as likely to say that the fans were like, no thanks, but sure, let's go on, let's read on. She-Hulk Attorney at Law was an expensive TV series for Disney+, and it appears Marvel Studios has decided against moving forward with a second season based on new comments from star Tatiana Maslany. While Marvel Studios hasn't fallen quite as far as some would have you believe, it's still been a tricky few years for the MCU. Bringing this shared world to streaming has left Kevin Feige stretched thin, and means he's been unable to keep as close an eye on projects as he'd like. She-Hulk Attorney at Law drew a largely positive response when it was released in 2022. It has a 77% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Let me stop you right there. It only has a 77% with the critics, which everybody knows can't be trusted and most of them are bought and paid for. The audience score is something like 32%. I'll put it up on the screen right now so you guys can see it. Yeah, there it is right there, 32%. But there were major issues with the VFX, flawless at times and abysmal at others. The show's lead looked unfinished in places, and the visuals weren't the quality we've come to expect from Marvel Studios. Having so many CG characters also saw the budget balloon to upwards of $200 million. Still, despite the expected backlash from a certain sect of fans, yeah, attacking the fans always goes down well. I'm sure this is going to work out great. I didn't realize we were reading a shill article until just now. The expectation has been that the Jade Giantess will return. It just won't be in a second season. During a recent appearance in Nerd Inconnect's Twitch livestream, Jennifer Walters herself, Tatiana Maslany, was asked if Season 2 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law is happening. She responded, "I don't think so. I think we blew our budget, and Disney was like, no thanks." Considering that most things from Marvel cost more than $200 million, I find it highly unlikely that that is the reason that this is not being brought back for a second season. It could have something to do with the fact that the show just wasn't very good and that most people not only didn't like it, they straight up hated it. It was previously reported that She-Hulk will have a role in Captain America: Brave New World, though that's since thought to have changed. The hero is, however, likely to appear in the next Avengers movies and that long-rumoured World War Hulk team-up. It was always ambitious of Marvel Studios to think a character like She-Hulk could work on television, particularly given the costs involved with creating her. We're sure Maslany is open to reprising the role on either the big or small screen, though the sexist backlash she received may have left a sour take in the Orphan Black alum's mouth. Sexist backlash. Attacking the fans again. Good job, guys. I'm sure this is going to work out great for you. It's like you've learned nothing, honestly. But Dean, they say right there it's about the cost of the show and the sexism the female star received because of it. That's an excellent non-point there, straw man I just made up. If that were true, where were all these sexists when Black Widow joined the Avengers? How can Scarlet Witch be a fan-favorite character in a fanbase that is full of women-hating men? Also, where's that Ironheart series we were supposed to get back in 2023? Oh, that's right, she's getting the Batgirl treatment and being canned by Disney+. There's a buzz about Marvel Studios' Disney+ series Ironheart potentially facing the chopping block, drawing parallels to how David Zaslav axed Batgirl. Ironheart as a concept began with Dominique Thorne's debut as the character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe film Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, earning critical acclaim and setting the stage for her character's solo Disney+ series. Hold on. Ironheart didn't earn any critical acclaim. That was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever that received critical acclaim, and even then it wasn't nearly as good as the first one. Hashtag recast Black Panther. However, this series initially anticipated for a 2023 release now seems slated for 2025. The question looms, is Ironheart heading down the same troubled path as Batgirl? We can only hope, am I right? The trajectory leading us to this point involves a convergence of factors. The global COVID-19 pandemic and a concurrent strike by SAG-AFTRA and WGA undoubtedly impacted productions, causing inevitable delays in the streaming series timelines. Hold on, you just said the show is finished and ready to go, so how could it possibly be related to any of those things? If it's good enough, release it. Unless, of course, that's not the reason they've delayed it. A significant player in this narrative is the Walt Disney Company itself, grappling with the aftermath of hasty streaming forays, CEO Bob Iger's call for a slowdown and re-evaluation of programming, coupled with content cuts, prompted Marvel Studios and others to reassess release schedules. Ironheart, initially eyeing a 2023 slot, was officially slated for 2024, only to disappear from Marvel Studios' 2024 Disney Plus lineup update, raising eyebrows. The Spectre of Batgirl's demise, utilized as a tax write-off by Warner Bros. Discovery, casts a shadow of concern over Ironheart's fate. Batgirl, cancelled for alleged quality reasons, faced an uncertain destiny, showcasing that even with a star-studded cast and crew, a film can become unreleasable. The parallels between Batgirl and Ironheart prompt speculation about the latter's future. With Ironheart's completed filming now nearly 3 years old by its anticipated 2025 release, questions linger about the series' viability and whether additional filming might be required, mirroring Batgirl's ill-fated journey. Adding complexity to the situation is the reported divergence from aligning Ironheart with the Don Cheadle starring Armor Wars film. That's a movie that we're probably never going to get either, let's be honest. Possibly signaling significant alterations to the series' narrative. Marvel Studios, known for bold decisions, is that what they're known for? Might choose to pivot around Dominique Thorne's Riri Williams while crafting a distinct storyline. On a quote-unquote positive note, Ironheart carries the distinction of introducing Zoe Terraz, the first transgender and non-binary actor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. How are you both transgender and non-binary? That sounds a little redundant. Terraz expressed deep gratitude for the opportunity, emphasizing the representation Ironheart provides to transgender youth. This commitment to diversity aligns with Disney's broader strategy, underlined by former CEO Bob Chapek's acknowledgement of content as a vehicle for promoting their vision of an ideal world. And that's the problem right there. They're completely out of touch with what their audience wants. We don't want political messages, we don't want to be pushed in a direction for the ideal world. We want to be entertained, and that's all. It's honestly no wonder that this series has been scrapped now. I've just found the problem right there. Child grooming. As the Ironheart saga unfolds, uncertainties abound. The delay, Disney's reassessment strategy, and the looming shadow of Batgirl's demise contribute to an air of speculation. Whether Ironheart will emerge unscathed, offering a groundbreaking narrative with Riri Williams at its helm, or succumb to the challenges and face a fate similar to Batgirl, remains an intriguing mystery in the ever-evolving landscape of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I have no love for either of these characters in the MCU. I'm a big fan of SheHulk in the comics and the cartoons, but in the live-action series, they turned her into a man-hating feminist. And Ironheart was always a psychopath in the comics. She came across as a villain more than a hero, so I don't care if we never see her again on screen. With the now ex-president of Disney stating he wants to shape the world with their movies, it's no wonder the audiences no longer trust Disney and are looking elsewhere for entertainment for their children. Regular parents don't want you brainwashing their kids with this woke ideology, and you should not be glorifying mental illness. The aforementioned inclusion of a transgender character for trans youth says to me that this show was just more of that. And with Bob Iger saying he wants to take Disney back to a place of entertainment, I would bet money that's why Ironheart has been delayed or most likely scrapped entirely. And that's all good news as far as I'm concerned. Actors, and anyone in the entertainment industry really, are nothing more than modern-day jesters dancing for their kings, the audience. And it's high time they remember that. They aren't our moral superiors, and they certainly aren't our intellectual superiors either. So it's about time they remember their place and just entertain before Hollywood as a whole is ruined forever. But that's all I have for you today. My name's Dean James, your mate in comics from the land down under. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.